Welcome back, folks. We're into season 4 of The Save Now. Apologies for the delay since the last episode. Last week was a pretty busy week for me. I had ended up with a wedding at the very end of it, which wasn't the best. That coupled with the fact that this summer transfer window has been brutal to try and find players to improve this team. But we'll jump in and we'll find out how hard it really was. Yeah, so as I was explaining in the intro there, it's been a pretty tough window to try and improve this squad, to be honest. We're struggling to afford the kind of players that we need to bring it up to a Serie B level. I'll cover off just some transfers that we've done. There has been quite a lot of business, as you can see there. Federico Dana was a good signing, just a defender. Good for this level, to be honest, on loan from Brescia. I kind of went with the rule of thumb of we'll try and sign players who have the potential to be good Serie B players, thinking that through the course of this season they'll actually develop to the point where they can be Serie B players. Hopefully, that's the hope anyway. I don't want to go through everybody because it will take ages. I'll pick out a couple of the key ones. So Federico Dana's good one. Aljaz Tavkar, he's actually one that came in from a Serie C side. I know it does say that he's a leading player for Serie C sides, but as you can see there, he's got a decent Serie B player, so I think he'll develop quite well. We signed a new goalkeeper, Titas Krapas.
What? Excuse me?
Krapikas. Let's hope he's not quite living up to his name there. He was a better option than Ronaldo, so we needed another goalkeeper. I'm not really comfortable. He's a good goalkeeper, he's got a couple of caps, but I still don't think he's like a great goalie for this level, but he is an improvement in what we had before. Ronaldo left at the end of his contract because we wouldn't sign him a new contract effectively. He went unhappy because we signed someone else and then he kind of left, his contract had expired. Let me see if there's anybody else worth. Nicola Mosny is a good signing, we got him and he's a good option for this level. Signed him for 25k from Latina, so again, not a bad bit of business. He's not on the biggest wages either. You'll notice that a lot of the players we are signing are around about that 1k mark, as that's pretty much our limit there, between 1 and 1.5. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anybody else. Francesco Castaldo is another good one. We got him really cheap, £55 a week on loan from Bologna. He's a good player for this level. He is a poacher, so we did have to change up the tactics this season, I think, because we're not going to play the same kind of positive style we played last season, as I think we'll end up on the bad end of a few Saurians. Filippo Faggi is another one. He was away in Millwall, I think. Yeah, he'd gone to Millwall from the Serie B. He'd played 2 seasons in the Serie B, got to Millwall, played a couple of games, wasn't getting chosen, wasn't getting picked, wasn't getting kept on for them. We've taken him on loan, quite low wages, but he comes in, another player that's good for this level. So I think pretty much the way it looks is we've got a decent spine, a couple of good defenders, a decent striker, a couple of good midfielders, and Gonçalo Santos, just a kind of inside forward option. Cantisani is wanting away because we won't give him a new contract, so we're trying to get rid of him. Shao Baldi's not signed a new contract either. There is a few players that are still hanging around that we can't get rid of, but there is a few players we are keeping. As you can see, we've tried a lot of trial farming to find players, but it's just been really tough. Lozana is a free loan we got from Frosinone, so I was like, do you know what? Like, let's just take the free players where we can get them, and just kind of try and make do with that as much as possible. Yeah, so tactically we're just changing up a wee bit. We're going to do a 4-3-3, I think, and just try and make it really tough to beat us this season. Don't have the best defense in terms of defending, like headers and stuff like that. So we've gone with like trying to push the team in, or the opposition team into the middle, where we've got a defensive midfielder who's going to sit in front of the 2 centre halves just to try and break up the play and win us the ball back. Parlato's continually getting a bit better. He's actually looking like he could be a really good option. He can develop really, really well as a good Serie B player, so that's good. We signed him on a new contract as well. Where is it? Yeah, £975 a week. It's not too bad. He's here for another 3 years, so that means if he does develop and he's worth some money, we can maybe make some money on him as well. Financially, we're all right. We're over £1 million. We've still got a wee bit left in the budget, but I'm kind of hoping to shift a few players on and bring another few players in just to try and get a better balance, better depth of the squad. But it is going to be a tough ask this season to stay up. I think we are predicted to finish second bottom, and this league has 3 automatic relegation spots, I think. I'm fairly certain this team goes into a playoff. I'm not 100% sure, but I think they do. But yeah, we really want to be avoiding these kind of bottom 5-6 spaces if we can. Might be a tough one this season, but you don't know. We've overachieved in every single season preview we've had so far this save, so we might be on for it. We'll just jump over to San Giovanni and I'll give you a wee rundown of how they've been getting on this summer. So yeah, I mean, they far exceeded my expectations in the Champions League qualifying. I genuinely thought we lost that first game to TNS. I thought to myself, right, obviously a step too far for us. They're going to beat us here handily. Played them at home and beat them 5-1. Where I don't know where that came from. I thought the 3-0 defeat at home, away from home, was probably the nail in the coffin, really. I thought there's no way we're going to come back for this, but we just turned on the style. The home leg really turned the game round. Lots of goal scorers, just good goals. We actually got a goal chopped off, if I remember. It was an OG, that's what it was. There's been that many games, I don't remember exactly what happened in them, but yeah, we played really well. Just so many just cracking goals. Like, the team just really turned up. Like, look at that. That's just excellent. Just really, they showed the desire. I did give them a hard time after the 3-0 defeat. They really just turned it up in the second leg, sorry. But a really brilliant performance. That was a cheap goal we lost, but do you know what? Look, we still won 5-4. So we went through to the next round. We played Ferencvaros in the next round. I kind of thought, right, okay, here we go. Ferencvaros, they're a good team, 3.5 star rated. They've got a really good reputation. Nope, beat them 2-1 away from home. 2-1 at home, sorry, and then we beat them 3-1 away from home. So, I just did not expect this at all, to be honest. We scored early, but they came back and I thought, right, here we go. You know, we got the wee early run, scored early, and they've come back into it. But I don't know, the guys just really kept the defence really tight. I don't know, I expected it to be better, I think. I don't know if it's because obviously the league's not loaded. It was a great finish, right enough. Because the league's not loaded, I don't know if I expected them, like, maybe they just don't have enough, like, actually loaded in players. But yeah, won that game 2-1 at home. And then the away leg, we won 3-1. I was really surprised with this one. I kind of thought, right, 2-1, usually what happens is the other team beat you and you go out by an aggregate or something like that. But yeah, 2 early goals, they got a penalty, and then our new signing central midfielder finished it off with 3-1. I mean, a great finish from LD. I think on this home game against Ferencvaros, we actually broke the gate receipts record, because obviously it's the first time we've sold out the National Stadium. We play the qualifiers in the National Stadium, but the club have sanctioned a new stadium as well, which is finished at the end of this. Actually it hasn't shown up on, it was a great run. It's not shown up on the board promises yet, but they did say something about, like, it always happens when you're playing with San Marino teams. I've done this save loads of times. It always happens is basically you fill out your stadium really easily because you're 350 or 400 capacity. So as soon as you start playing games where you're getting like a high capacity than that, or you're selling out your home games, which if we look at last season, I think we would have been almost. We're selling out the home games quite regularly. So then they turn and go, right, we'll build a new stadium, 5,000 all seater, which is fine because it means that if we manage to make it into Europe, you're getting 90 grand it was at the time, or 100 grand. You're getting that maybe 3-4 times, which is great. After Ferencvaros, we went on to beat Koper 3-0 away from home. Home, sorry, I keep saying that, I keep getting them mixed up. Beat them 3-0 at home. Do you know what? We had the central midfielder sent off when we were 2-0 up. I think we were 2-0 up. No, it was 1-0 up. And I thought, here we go. We had 2 goals. There was 2 goals chopped off early. This game had everything. 2 goals chopped off. We got a midfielder sent off and we're a goal up. And I thought, right, this is where we start conceding here. They come back, they beat us maybe 2-1, 3-1. But we got the penalty. And then we just I don't know where this came from, just a total long ball for the goalie. Angeletti runs straight onto it and just fires it past the goalkeeper. I was made up. I genuinely thought, right, this is a good chance for us, because at this point here, we lose this tie, we drop into, I think it's a Europa League final playoff, and then if you lose that, you go straight into the Conference League. So I thought at that point, listen, we are guaranteed European group football. We lost the away tie 2-1. That's an interesting looking pitch. Just again, they were the better team. They were better team, but not massively better. But they kind of turned it on. Obviously, they wanted to try and avenge that first defeat, the first leg defeat. But we would take the 2-1. I thought we were in good. I thought we deserved a draw at least in this one. But the game dictates otherwise. It's a good ball inside my defender there, and yeah, they picked up 2-1. I kind of thought we had enough to draw, but overall we beat them 3-0. They beat us 2-1, so we'll take it because we go through in aggregate anyway. But yeah, that takes us on to Dinamo. We played the first game against Dinamo, we lost 4-2 away from home. I'm thinking we're not going to win that game. We're going to probably go out at this stage, but I think from what I remember, we go straight into the Europa League group stages, which is absolutely fantastic, because that amount of money on top of what we have in the finances here will mean we can go full time. We can spend more money in bringing better players in, better coaches, training the guys full time, all that kind of good stuff. Transfer wise, I'll show you a couple of the key players we brought in. Stefano Luciani and Flavio Gambelli was just two central defenders on loan from Italy. Just young guys who are going to get a lot better. Thinking if we get them in, they develop really, really well. They're already good players for their level anyway. Marco Della Vecchia, he was the central midfielder that scored that excellent goal. A really good player, solid ball-winning midfielder, especially for this level. Renato Marin, he was the guy that we had on loan at San Marino last season, if you remember. He left Roma. We signed him. Just figured, do you know what? He's a cracking goalkeeper. He is better than Amici. Better shot stopper, better in the air, slightly better mental and communications, but we needed a really good goalkeeper for the European games. I don't think we would have got as far as we did had we persisted with Amici. Angelo Antonio Baldi, we signed him as a left wing back basically, but again on loan from Spal, another great player for this level. Thinking if he plays a few games in Europe, gets better, we get a loan deal. We're paying quite a lot for the loan deal, to be honest, but I needed a left wing back and we weren't finding somebody. I wanted somebody who could really contribute at this level. And then a couple of other signings. We've got our best San Marinese youth players coming through. So we signed this chap in from Fiorentino. He's probably one of the best new gens we've had coming in, which doesn't say a lot about it, but I reckon we get him in. He's quite determined. We get him trained up full-time contract, get him some game time. I think he could develop really, really well. We signed Stefano Ferretti. He was previously the best new gen we'd had in. And Tommaso Benvenuti was without a club, and I thought, I don't want his stats to deteriorate because he's not training. So we can bring him in and give him some game time if we need to. But otherwise, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. A couple of players left anyway, but we lost a lot of players on free transfers and stuff, just get rid of them. So they're ticking over nicely. That's pretty much, when we get the extra funds in and all that kind of stuff, we can get the training facilities upgraded and all that good stuff anyway. But we'll jump back over and play the first games of the season for Victor San Marino. So schedule-wise, we had a couple of decent friendlies. We had Coppa Italia preliminary rounds. I didn't really want to record them because it's an empty episode. I didn't really think we would do much in it. We got about 80-90 grand from each round, which was pretty good. The Palermo game, we got gubbed 3-1. No really much you can do. Didn't really play particularly well. But we start the season with Vicenza, and then a Saturday and a Tuesday game. Vicenza first, and then we've got Frosinone after that. So Vicenza, I think their media prediction is definitely higher than ours anyway. So Vicenza are expected to be 13th, and Frosinone are expected to be 4th. So we're probably in for a really brutal start. In terms of the squad, judging, going by, we've got a few players that are out, not quite fit, picked up injuries in pre-season, Chiarella and Pilato. So we're pretty much going with this team here. Krapikis, DeMarco, Dana, Tavchar. Don't know who my best centre defence pairing is. Dana is probably great because he's good mentals and he'll develop really, really well. Kazmarski, Faji and Mosti are the central midfield trio, and we've got Musa playing off the left and Castle on the right. Castle is another loan deal we got in from Spezia. He is good, can't really cross very well, but we've got him working on that. But he can play as inside forward. He probably should be playing as inside forward, to be honest, but because he's not got a great right foot. But it's one of those ones, like, it's tough because we just needed players in, so we're just getting players in who had decent potential. Just because we needed it, to be honest. I think I might actually change him to inside forward because there's absolutely no point in playing him as a winger when he's not going to be great at that position and he's not good in the right foot. But yeah, we'll pretty much go for it. Right, so not expecting much. I think that we're in for some pain this season, to be honest. We've had a good run in the past couple of seasons, and I think this season's going to be quite painful, but let's see if we can just even get some good draws, maybe pick up some points against teams that are having a poor season. Oh, Musa's put us in the lead. Oh no, I've just got the fear that we're going to start really well and then just get cuffed. But we're going to double inside forwards. We don't have fullbacks. We don't have wing backs, sorry, this season. I just don't have anybody good enough to be wing back. We've brought in a couple of fullbacks and we'll just go with that. Don't want them particularly overlapping because I don't want to get exposed in the wide areas when teams counter-attack us. So yeah, we're just looking at focusing on being difficult to beat and trying to pick up points where we can. But let's just see if we can get a nice 3 points at the start of the season. That'd be beyond expectations, to be honest. Diaby would normally be playing central defensive mid as well, but he's actually injured just now. I think he's just not quite back to fitness. Oh shit, we're giving the ball away cheap. This is what I mean about giving the ball away. We might get punished here. Penalty. Why have you done that? Why have you done that? That's just mistakes you can't get away with. That's a penalty. I don't know why it's even going to VAR. Didn't realise the Serie B had VAR, but okay. So that'll be a lot of stoppages in the games this season then. Save, goalie. Save. Oh, come on, goalkeeper. That is right at you. That was straight at the goalkeeper. Oh, that's a pathetic attempt at a save. You've got to be better than that. As it stands, we'll take the draw, to be honest. It's early in the game, though. But I'm just not really... I just don't think we've been strong enough. I don't think we've got a strong enough squad this season. I just don't... It feels like the transfer window has been a lot harder than expected. I knew it would be tough, but I didn't really expect it to be... A lot of the players we were finding a lot of players who were good for the Serie B, and then when we were offering them contracts, so I wanted 3 and 4 grand, and I'm just like, yeah, we've got no chance of affording that. Right, we can tell them we're happy. I'm not happy with this 6.3 from this chap here, so I think we'll take him off. Who can we put on the left? Let's just go Chiarella and we'll put him as a wing up. Maybe support, actually. And Tavchar's not having a good game either, so where is he? Let's try and give him a bit of motivation. He's giving away that penalty. We would probably test an away point if we get it, but this is where we concede, isn't it? Just after I've said that. He's diving in there. That's pathetic. He's absolutely diving in. I don't know why he's diving straight in there. Who is it that's diving in here? Because that's just sold us there. Char again, man. Do you know what? Get him off. That's pathetic. He's just cost us 2 goals in the one game. Come on, boys. Nah, well, they're just totally controlling this game now. Finally, the goalkeeper remembers he's got hands. Nah, they've just completely went up a gear here. We're going to get cuffed here, aren't we? 3-1. What is happening with the defending? Why are we diving into tackles? I'm not even asking them if can dive into tackles. I don't know what's going on. We're absolutely seeing none of the ball at all here. This is the first highlight we've had where we've had a sniff of the ball. Don't do anything stupid here, lads. Oh, that's a great ball. 2 each. Oh, that's a terrible finish. Dan, it's not having a great game either. Do you know what? I don't want to even take the risk of conceding another goal, so just get off. May as well just go for it here because as it stands, we're getting 0 out of this. Strikers just not showing up. Goalkeeper's having a poor game as well. With 1 shot on target. Scored it, but 1 shot on target is grim. Musa, go on, son. Get in. Oh, right, okay, we'll take the absolute sweaty draw if we get this, because we have not deserved to draw this game. Oh, grim. Adji's not having a great game either. Right, let's get him off because I just don't want him. We'll get Diaby on. Castaldo. Don't have any other strikers. Right, let's go with pressing forward and we'll put Gonçalo Santos on. See, he's quite fast. I'm hoping that the pace being a really good benefit in this year's game works out well for us here. Not for giving the ball away that easily, it won't. Wonder if we should turn off counter pressing because that's a good tackle, son. Oh, do something with that ball, Castaldo. Is he going to? I was about to say, is he going to score just before I sub him off, but not with a chance like that. Right, well, let's take counter pressing off. We don't want to get hit on the counter here. We've got a chance to get a point out of this game. 6 minutes added on. That'll do, boys. 2 each. A wee draw. 2 shots on target, though. Right, who was poor? Poor. You two are poor as well. So they'll not be starting the last game. You were poor as well. You aren't great either. Right, definitely some changes for the next match, I think. Right then, time to play game numero dos. I've got Frosinone, who I think they drew their first game of the season, same as we did. Yeah, 2-2 with Cagliari, same as we did. This should be a tougher test. I've made a few subs. We did get an injury for Tozzuolo in between games there. I was going to change the 2 centre halves because both of them had a poor game. But he's 6 to 9 weeks, which is fantastic. Yeah, we've brought Parlato back in. We've gone with Pirello in central defence. We've changed up the midfield a wee bit because Fadji.
No. Remember?
Fadji didn't have a great game, so we've just kind of taken him out, put Kazmierski in, and we've got Diaby in to just kind of destroy. We've taken off the right inside forward because he didn't have a great game, and put Chiarella in as well. I was tempting to put Musa up front and change the inverted forward on the left to Gonçalo Santos, but I thought, do you know what, like Castaldo is a good striker, maybe he'll be a wee bit better in this game, so let's find out how good he is. We need to, ideally we get another point here. Nothing to lose, boys, nothing to lose. Just go. We've put work into box on because I think having 2 shots on target out of 10 means that we're wasting too many opportunities to shoot from too far out, and I don't think we've got the long shots in the team in order for that to be good. What is Castaldo doing, man? Nice take, good ball. Oh, lovely, Castaldo. Oh, he's missed. He's meant to have good composure as well. think it's only his decision making he's not great at. Yeah, maybe his shot selection wasn't great there, but that was the chance. That was a chance to go a goal up. So we're actually giving a good account of ourselves for the first two games anyway, but these teams are... There's some good teams in this league, so we're definitely on for some hidings, I think. We've still got a wee bit of time left in the transfer window. I'm hoping that we can still remove a few players out and get a few players in. Hopefully a few players that can just contribute at this level. I still think we need a wee bit more depth. Definitely, if I can manage it, one or two players that are good for the Serie B level, to just try and eke that overall quality of the squad up a wee bit. We're actually having not a bad game here. We're doing well to restrict them. I mean, Castaldo's having a shocker, right enough, but let's just change him. Because he's just having a poor game, and I can't really be bothered with him having a poor game. Let's just change that round. We really, I mean, if any, especially the players that we've got that are decent Serie B level, we need them to be turning up in games. We don't need them to be playing poorly, and that's two poor games in a row from Castaldo. So, yeah, not great. We'll probably take a point here. We've been the better team, to be honest. We're in good value for the point, but ideally we would get another wee... Right, we're going to have to make a wee sub here. 70 minutes, let's do fresh legs. Wait till this highlights out, let's see how it goes. Diaby, man, what are you doing? They're going to score here, aren't they? Right before I make subs. Don't know what the goalkeeper's doing there. Right, let's make some subs here because we've got some tired boys on the park here. Let's change the Marco out. How many subs do we have here? I've not checked that in this league. Oh, I've made 4 out of 5 subs, right? I've got one more sub to make. It's going to have to be the striker, innit? Are any of these boys that are on the bench any good up front? Let's give this an advance forward. Do you know what? Let's just throw a Hail Mary here. See if we can get... I mean, 2 points at a possible 6 wouldn't be terrible, I suppose. We've actually looked not too bad. We've looked better than I expected we would be. I thought we would be a lot poorer than this. Kinda feel like I want to take... While we're getting tired, kinda want to take counter pressing off again. Just... We're getting a bit tired and I don't want to end up conceding a late goal through tiredness. Come on, lads. Come on, boys. Oh, come on, man. Nice. Don't do anything stupid with that. And it's a aimless ball. They're scoring here, aren't they? Aye. Let's see what's happening here. Is it going to stand? Oh, right, okay. I have to go attacking. Let's just go for it. Yeah, let's just go for it. Let's try and get something out of this game. That was the chance. The chance in the first half was the chance. We've been unlucky to lose this game, to be honest. Too many players playing poorly, though. Like the forward players, like grim. We had enough chances to do something in that game. Just too many players with 6.4s. Look at this, man. Might be in for a very long season. We'll see who started the league really well, really poorly actually. We kind of hope, do you know what, it might come down to one of those ones where we just hope that 3 or 4 other teams have a worse season than we do, and we maybe pick up a few players along the way. Schedule wise, we've got a few games coming up. Novara are expected to be quite low, so it might be a chance of 3 points there. Lecco are expected to be about mid-season. They just got promoted right enough, so this could be a decent opportunity for 2 wins potentially, or even 4 out of 6 points would be ideal. Brescia, Bari, they'll be tough games, I think. Sudetro, Spezia, Venezia, all tough. A really tough month in September. I reckon we'll come back and do mid-season, so probably around January time. Do you know what? Maybe we'll do end of December. Maybe Avellino and Catanzaro, and that's kind of right in the middle point of the season, and then we can see where we are in terms of positions we really need to try and strengthen, and where we are on the halfway point. Really, this season, all we want is to not get relegated. That's all we want. Avoid the playoffs if possible, and not get relegated would be ideal. But thanks very much for tuning in, folks. Appreciate all the likes, views, comments, and everything like that. Hopefully we go on, kick on, and get a bit better, and have a decent half season anyway, and not end up totally in the relegation spots come the next episode. But we'll see what happens in the between now and then, and I shall catch you in the next one, troops. Have a good one.